Okay, well, I've got the plug cut out, and the plug is up here. Let's see it here. It's really kind of unfortunate. As it turns out, if I had cut along here, there was probably still good fiberglass. Really, I don't know. Honestly, all along the back here I think was probably good. I think just up here along here was bad. And you can see that that it's delaminated here, but on the outboard side it really looks pretty good. So if I had just cut down the middle of the stanchion here, for instance, that would have been pretty good, but how would I have gotten this block off of there, and how would I have known that this was good under here? Not possible. So it is what it is. I think I don't know. In retrospect, I'm not sure which I would have done. If I had known all this, would I have left more? Maybe. I don't know. It's hard to say because it was very difficult to get it out without accidentally cutting something I didn't want to cut. For instance, I cut I drilled a little hole through the hull liner, which I did not intend to do, but and you can kind of see when they did this repair, they used a block and a shim, and the block and the shim, they're not rotted. They've been a little bit wet, but they're still strong. And the fiberglass they put on, it's good here. They got some force on it there. I'm not sure how, actually. I wonder if they used some peel ply and another block below it. But over here, you can see it's all wavy. That's really where they fell down. It was just loose on the inboard side. This was the inboard side. And it was just loose. So if you pulled the stanchion this way, inboard, it would just flex. The outboard side was pretty stiff, and it's unfortunate. But anyway, so you can kind of see we're close up against the rub rail. You know, the hull to deck joint, you can see there's one of the bolts for the hull to deck joint. You can see that we're close to these formed tow rails, which are not cored underneath. There's no core under here. This is just thin. I'll take a measurement of that. It's probably 1/8 or maybe 3/16 or something. It's not thick. This is formed, and it's close to that as well. I wish it weren't, but it's close on both sides to that formed tow rail. So I'm gonna have to do something about that. And there's still cracks here that are gonna need to be cut out, and then I'll feather this out. Now underneath here, I can't tell what that is. Maybe the camera can see. It's probably core. I think it feels like core down there. It doesn't feel bad, but I could be wrong. I don't know. I'm seeing some of it here. It looks rotted. Yeah, there you can see it's delaminated. Okay. Yeah, and that's no good. So I'm going to have to cut that back a little more. Focus. Let's see here. Focus. Yeah. So anyway, alright. Gives a little better view of that. Yeah, so I'll do a measurement of that thickness. It's probably 1/8 to 3/16. You know, it's not super thick. The deck is not super thick. You can hear the deck here. Let me just... I don't think I have anything out here to knock on the deck with. I'll use my hand. It does sound different. I honestly can't say that I can tell which is good and which is bad. You know, there's stain out here, which kind of assume that's has something to do with it leaking. The other stanchions aren't stained except for this one back here, and this one is leaking. So maybe that stain has something to do with the leaking. I don't know. This one, I think there's nothing wrong with the deck. I just need to, well, there is something wrong with the deck under this forward support. I need to take that up, fill that hole with thickened epoxy and re-drill it. And it's kind of dumb that it's a wood screw, but it is. And then I need to pull up that other stanchion and seal it. And unfortunately, down below, I don't know if you can see it here, but there's a radio cabinet right below that stanchion. Let's see, there's the stanchion. There's the cabinet. So, unfortunately, that's a job for after this job. This is a more important job. Although that one's leaking, I don't see a lot of complications with that one, just taking the cabinet out and putting it back in and doing the sealing and stuff. But this one requires a little bit of thought.